Algebra Lesson 3, Factoring by Grouping. Up until now, when we've multiplied by two binomials, we've always gotten an answer of a trinomial. And now, as in that first example, up at the top of the page here, those two binomials end up giving a polynomial, one that has 4 terms. And how do we factor that and make one that has 4 terms into a set of two binomials where we can do FOIL? So these are number 1 and 2, and then we have a second part of the new part. But in the first part, basically what we're doing is taking a look at which ones have alike variables. We can start off with 2 sets of parentheses, and then just basically say, okay, this one has the same variable as that one. Okay, let's put them in here. And this one, just put it in here. Done. You factored them. At the end of the lesson, at the end of the second part of this new part, we will be taking a look at how to actually solve these, or simplify them further. But as of right now, we're just splitting them apart. Likewise here, let's try this one. This one, these two have the same variables. I did something wrong. I've forgotten n. Negative 14n. There we go. These two have the same variables. Negative 14n minus 6mn, and then negative 15m minus 35n. 35. So we could simplify these, and we can simplify those. Makes sense, right? So do the rest of these on your own. Just take a look at if there's an n here, get another one with an n and put it in there. And then the rest. They will not always be in order like this, where the first 2 go in the front and the second 2 go in the back. The last 2 go in the back. But as of right now, the first 2 did, and go ahead and do the rest of those on your own, and I will write the last stuff onto the board. Alright, now going on to the last part of the new part, we are doing the same thing as we did in the first part of the new part, just we are solving them yet. It's not too difficult. So let's factor them by grouping them again. So these two have the same variables, so set up our, one thing I forgot to tell you, that there's supposed to be a plus sign in between the 2 sets, so just put a plus sign in between. xy plus 2x plus negative 3y minus 6. Okay, now let's find the GCF of both of them. What's the greatest common factor in here? X. Then we have a y left plus 2. Now watch. This set of parentheses and this set of parentheses should remain the same. Turn out the same. So the greatest common factor in here, negative 3. We have a y left. And negative 3 times what equals negative 6? Positive 2. You see that these two are the same. They should always turn out the same. If they do not, you're wrong. So that's a way of correcting these if you suddenly make a mistake somewhere. They have to be the same. Now, there's one more step to do this. Is put this and this, the ones outside of the parentheses, into one set of parentheses, which is x minus 3. And then put one of these in here. Y plus 2. That goes there, and that goes there. All right. Let's do the next one. The next one has a little bit more complexity, but not much. So let's put them into 2 sets of parentheses with an addition sign in between, 6mn minus, not plus, minus 15m, and then negative 14n minus 35. What's the greatest common factor between 6mn and negative 15m? What number can go into both? 6 can't go into 15, so we must go into a lower number. It'd be 3. So let's do 3m. What do we have left over here? We have 2n left, and then 3 multiplied by what equals 15? 5. There we go. Now let's do this. What's the greatest common factor in here? What goes into both of these? 7. Let's do a negative 7. That way we can make this into a positive 2. Negative 7 times what equals negative 14? N? Be 2n. Negative 7 multiplied by what equals negative 35? Positive 5. I forgot to make this a positive. Now I was questioning myself here. A plus. And then that. Okay, let's redo this. Negative 7 multiplied by what equals positive 35? That'd be a negative 5 because 2 negatives equals a positive. There we go. Now we have both of these as the same, and we know we're right. 3m minus 7, and here we do not put a plus sign, and 2n minus 5. So get that from there, and these are the same. They go there. Go ahead and do the rest of them on your own. They all work like this, so it shouldn't be too difficult. And if you need help on the rest of the lesson, please let me know.